I'd like for the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before I leave this world.
How could you not be fired up? Their sixth playoff meeting, but it's a 49ers first playoff game here in Santa Clara as they try to crank up the chaos and create a true home field advantage. 49ers fans, well, they know there is strength and there is clearly noise in them. And thanks to standing-only sections like this one, the 49ers expect the largest home crowd in team history. And soon, all these beautiful eyes being fixed on a quarterback making his very first playoff start. Let's go on the field, presented by Progressive. Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah, he has 2 Super Bowl rings, but both of those came as Tom Brady's backup. Chris, today is a long time coming for Jimmy G. How do you expect him to react?
I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be fazed by this or anything. I talked to Kyle Shanahan yesterday. He just simply said he just doesn't get nervous in these type of situations. He played in a similar atmosphere in Week 17 against the Seattle Seahawks. I think Kyle Shanahan will set him up for success early, and he'll get off to a good start and play well.
2 defenders that are trying to give Jimmy Garoppolo problems today are Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin. Normally edge rushers, speed off the outside. They surprised New Orleans by putting them inside over the guards. I think you're going to see that again today, trying to get pressure inside on Garoppolo.
And also trying to stop a running game that is varied and multiple and is led by this man, Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, they have 3 really good running backs, but I think he's the best. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry. And because of he's so fast and so explosive, I think they need to get him the ball more, but they actually do the defense a favor when they take him off the field because he's so explosive.
Well, one of the guys that will be trying to stop Mostert in this running game is Eric Kendricks, one of the best middle linebackers in football. Sideline to sideline, got tremendous speed, great pass coverage. With Shanahan and all his run plays and play action passes today, Kendricks will have his hands full trying to digest this offense.
Another guy who will be very key to that run defense will be Harrison Smith. They use him as a blitzer against the run game, a tackler at the line of scrimmage, but he's still got to defend George Kittle in the passing game.
Rodney, let's talk about the opposite side for Minnesota. What a receiving core. Stephon Diggs, frustrated at times, but he's a big factor in this game today.
He is, Mike, and Adam Thielen, he's going to see a lot of coverage and there's going to be a lot of opportunities. You got to get him involved early in the game. You can't wait to the 3rd quarter for him to have his first pass.
The opposite number had the big catch to set up the touchdown in overtime, Adam Thielen.
And he was injured in practice on Wednesday. He looks like he's ready to go today. And I was told by Kirk Cousins that they aren't going to have a lot of opportunities. They've got to make them count. Adam Thielen, look for him on 1 or 2 big shots today.
Rodney Richard Sherman, defensive second-team All-Pro. Longer in the tooth than he once was, but still a huge factor when he's on the field.
Yeah, Richard Sherman, he's smart, he's experienced, he's that calming influence in the secondary if things go wrong. And the most impressive thing about him, Mike, is his ability to tackle in the open field. He's been fantastic this year.
Nick Bosa, the best pass rusher on the San Francisco 49ers, a rookie. He's been phenomenal. It'll be a big game for him today, not only to pursue the run and Dalvin Cook, but to watch out for those bootlegs, to stay patient on the backside when Kirk Cousins does keep the ball. Such a big part of that Vikings offense. Nick Bosa will have to be patient and disciplined.
You just said watch out. I want you to watch out. We got the defensive players warming up here in the end zone. Anything you've noticed since you've been down here on the field?
I'm amazed. I've been out here for an hour. The 49ers are so loose, guys. I mean, they're dancing. The coaches, they feel good. You can feel the energy. They are not enamored with the big lights or the big moment.
And Chris, I just talked to George Kittle. I said, what is your biggest concern with the Vikings defense? He says, none. I trust in Shanahan.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I wanted to see how Adam Thielen was going to be. He looks like he's running okay. That's huge for the Minnesota offense because he's involved in a lot of things for them.
And you're a coach. You check the flags. There is a breeze, but it's not super impactful for the game, for the kicking game. And Kyle Shanahan was right over there with his whole family. You say he's got a lot of friends here, giving his wife and their kids a little kiss before he went out to start the warm-up with the team. Things we're seeing here on the field as we get closer to the 49ers against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Tony went to Minneapolis to visit with the guy who's finally won the big game. Now all he's got to do is do it again.
This is what it's all about.
We got one kick.
And on the goal line, he is short.
Oh, wow.
The number 1 seed.
Beautiful throw. Touchdown! Vikings trying to go on the road twice to New Orleans, the 3 seed, and to the number 1 seed, the 49ers, win on the road and get to the NFC title game. San Francisco, they've only had 4 home playoff games in the last 20 years. That's why this crowd is so amped and so excited for what is about 6 minutes and 18 seconds away as we get closer to Al, Chris, and Michelle and the call of this divisional playoff game. All right, gentlemen, what is the most important thing you are looking for as we get going here in a few minutes?
I would say which quarterback can handle the pressure. I look at Jimmy G. This is his first playoff game. They're the number 1 seed. I think he has all the pressure on him. Kirk Cousins, he went down to New Orleans. He took care of business, got that weight off of him, and they won. And now he's here. No pressure. He can just play loose and free, Coach.
Mike, for me, it's the defensive lines. We talked about Mike Shanahan and his influence on both teams. Both of these offenses are really the same. They run the ball and take shots off the running game. Which defensive line can penetrate, create havoc, and make the other quarterback beat them?
Chris Sims mentioned on the field live, he talked about how loose the 49ers were, Mike. But when I look at them, it almost seems like they're too loose, almost too confident. I played in 4 Super Bowls, and we were never this loose. I'm going to pick them to win, Mike, but I'm just a little hesitant.
I want to come back to you on something. We were talking last week as we were watching the Vikings game. Inexperience in the playoffs. Only 14 of these 49ers have played a postseason game. Is it important that the veterans go to the young guys and make sure that they get off to a comfortable start in this one?
Yeah, and I think the main thing is communication, just talking to your guys, making sure that they're comfortable, with all the calls, all the checks, and all the adjustments. After that, just let them go and let them play.
But you talked about them being loose. John Lynch, my old strong safety from Tampa, came up to me and talked to me. He's the GM. He said, we are ready. These guys are confident. They're ready. He's got the feeling that they're kind of like our old Bucs team, that they've got that just sense of, hey, we know what we're doing. We're going to be fine.
And I had an opportunity to talk to John Lynch, and he said his biggest concern was those explosive plays by his offense. Will they be able to get those explosive plays? Because he thinks that Zimmer's going to drop back in a cover 2. He said the main thing they have to do is just stay patient on offense.
All right.